I'll be back. Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. In today's episode, we have this Audi in for a new car prep. Guys, if you're enjoying videos like this, and I hope you are, consider subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss stuff. So here's the Audi in for today. It has a lot of work to be done to it because PPF film needs to be removed. Yeah. So we have old PPF film that's on the hood, fenders, and front bumper. So we're going to tackle that, as well as giving it a paint enhancement and using crystal serum light as the coating. Wheels, trim will also be coated. Nothing on the interior, so just focusing on exterior. So it has a few things going on here with the PPF film. Some crackling, we have some chips that actually broke through. There's a big one there. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We will remove all that. Also has PPF on the headlight, but it's pretty dirty. Definitely will need our pre-washing, contact washing, and deconning. The rear wheel is really bad. They must have just rotated these wheels. The customer did have some work done on it, so yeah, that's likely that they just rotated the wheels from front to back. This color is forgiving, which is nice. This gray metallic, any color in the silver family is going to be pretty forgiving to polish. Usually it's a little bit more difficult to see any type of swirls in the paint, so that's great. Let's get started with our pre-washing and our contact washing and deconning and all of that. We're filling our buckets with hot water because it's a little chilly out, so we'll start our hot water pressure washer as well. Foamy.
Yum.
Yeah, let's use that on the wheels. What am I thinking right now?
You want donuts?
Oh, very close. Coffee. Awesome. Look at that. Not much on the front, huh? A little bit, but not a ton. Mostly in the inside barrel. So with the rapid decon, or pretty much any type of iron removal, at the end of its cycle, it just kind of turns brown. So the purple stops reacting and kind of turns to a brown color. So that is one visual indicator to know that it's done, but really you can only do this if it's, cool out and not in direct sunlight. So if it's in direct sunlight, wait as long as you can, but keep an eye on it so it doesn't dry out. because you don't want any chemicals drying out. But usually this one is pH neutral, so even if it does dry out a little, just reactivate it with water and you'll be fine. I think the customer does a really good job of maintaining it, so it has some sort of protection on it. Of course, I'm not going to worry about claying over the PPF film because we're going to remove it anyway. Wow, it is surprisingly smooth down in the lower sections. Customer did a great job of maintaining it. Actually, I gotta double check on that. This new little blower from Blow is amazing. Love this little thing. I still love the larger Air Cannon Jr. from Adams, but I love the portability of this little guy. And it's just as powerful. Believe it or not, it is just as powerful. It's insane. So that's an awesome solution for mobile guys. The only thing with blowers is they are loud. So yeah, ear protection. All right, guys, this is going to be a rough one. The PPF alone is going to be annoying to remove, but the paint itself is in pretty bad shape. It has a ton of micro marring in it, very hazy looking. We'll see what our combos can accomplish here. We might have to kick it up to a microfiber to see how it finishes, but yeah. Of course, with PPF removal, we always inform the customer that when you remove old PPF like this and the paint looks like this, usually the paint will be better underneath, at least a little bit more clarity. Not necessarily swirl free, because you never know who installed this and what they did to prep it, but you will usually see that line there as well, and sometimes it can be difficult to remove even with wet sanding, so it will definitely leave a line of demarcation. We'll see what it does. Because of the color, it is forgiving, but in the right light you still might see it. We've experienced that before. We'll move on with PPF removal and polishing the paint, getting this as best as we can. The rest of the paint, pretty normal, not too bad. It looks like the top got the worst. We have some pretty bad water spotting. You can see there. Pretty bad old water spotting too, and it's on the glass. So that will definitely take some time to remove. It's on the back glass. Yeah, it's on the trunk too. So, but the sides are your typical swirls. So that shouldn't be too bad. So the top areas are going to be the worst. PPF is going to be the worst. Let's get started. We have our steamer heating up. We're going to use the steam to remove the PPF film. We have it on the fenders, front, and the bumper here. The grill here looks like it was painted, maybe plasti dipped. I think it was just painted. Not much we can do there. So we'll just tell the customer there wasn't anything we can do for that. That just needs to be repainted. But that can be done, separately. It can be done after. Also, we'll see if the customer wants this edge removed, because it's also old.
What is happening?
It's just being weird. Doesn't like you touching it. Goodness, it's super touchy. Oh wow.
Oh, they're bad. I could tell.
Ooh.
They've been here forever.
Yep, that's gonna take.
Etched.
Yeah, it's gonna take some microfibering to get out.
Yeah. Did it even do anything?
It seemed like it cut through some of it, but yeah, it's gonna need a lot more.
And I let it sit for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I rubbed it.
You have the key in your pocket?
I sure do.
That's why. Yeah, so we're trying to use a water spot remover on the old water spots here, but to no avail. It kind of helped in the glass, barely. So this is going to take some heavy microfibering to remove. That's right, microfibering. So we'll grab some microfibers, either the Eurofibers, or we have a couple of the Meguiar's ones as well. They're up here. So we'll use these, and we can use the felt pad here. So we have two felt pads. We have this one here, and then we have this one. This is a rayon one. They're both pretty much like the same type of material. That can be used for glass. So we'll use that for the glass and the back glass, and then we'll use microfibers for the paint. So we have a new paint depth gauge. This is from, what's it called? Next PTG, paint depth gauge. And pick this up at Car Supply's warehouse. This is a very interesting one because you connect it to your phone, and it does a lot more than just give you the readings. You can actually generate reports and basically go through the vehicle, each panel, generate a report, and then print it out for your customer, which is very cool. So you have to connect it to your phone, your device. So it has apps for Apple and Android. And let's do a couple of tests here because we're going to have to cut pretty heavy to remove the water spots. So you need to take some measurements before you cut too heavy. So let's do that. You just turn the little guy on, connects Bluetooth. A little blue light there will shine, showing you it's connected. So let's give it a shot. So before we do any cutting, so we have 4.9, 4.8, 5.4, 4.8. Seems to be average around 4.5 to 4.75, averaging. Okay. So we're good on the hood. Good on the hood, not in the hood. The roof line was, it disappeared because I didn't have it on there, was around 4.95, so that's also good. So that's a good sign. We can actually cut and hopefully remove a lot of the water spots here that are super heavy. Yeah, the paint readings seem to be pretty healthy. The cool thing is this will tell you if paint layer is original. Basically, it's judging it by the paint depth, you know, all of the material that's on there. And it also tells you the metal, so steel and zinc. That's kind of interesting. So it tells you the type of metal that's on there. That's very cool. The majority of the body is steel and zinc, that alloy. That's kind of cool. As we go on to the trunk, all right, so the back of the trunk here is steel. The top is looking good, but then all of a sudden it starts to jump, the numbers start to jump up. And it says secondary layer of paint. Again, just kind of giving you an estimate. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is repainted. It's just higher clear coat readings. It could not have been. Who knows, but at least it's giving you an idea. You can see it kind of changes a little bit. That's very interesting. Again, nice to have. So I think we're good. We can cut pretty heavily on here. You can, once again, generate reports here. You can put your own logo in here as well. You can go into the measurements and you hit the little plus document up here. And then you can put the name of the customer and go from there. Put all of the information, hood, left door, the fenders, all that stuff, the trunk, the pillars, all that stuff you can put in here. Then it will generate the report. So here I'm going to put customer's name, and then we're going to go with the hood measurements first, and then we'll go from there and we'll just generate a report for it. So a lot of cool stuff. I'll make a separate video on this device so that you can, you know, learn how to use it. I don't know everything about it yet. I'm still learning, but I can show you a couple of highlights and a couple of things that we're going to use to generate reports, which is very cool. But a paint depth gauge in general is handy to have. That way you know how much you can cut and don't go too far. Well, this is going to be a slow and painstaking process because the film is not coming off perfectly here. It's old film. It keeps breaking off into tiny little pieces. And no matter what we do, either heating it up with a gun, which we've tried before, heating it with the steamer helps. It softens it. We can catch an edge and start to peel it. But we're even using the hot water trick. It's just going to take forever. Unfortunately, there's just no way around it. We're going to have to just take the time and remove it little by little. I'm sure we'll get some pieces that'll probably come off in larger sections, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be really doing that. I can see the paint underneath and it's in really nice condition. Let's see if that makes a difference. No, not really. Helps you to get the edge better. But a little bit better. I'm able to get slightly larger pieces. Goodness. That's it. Oh, wait. Success.
Ooh.
All right, largest one yet. It's not leaving a ton of residue, but who knows. Oh, man. All right. It's like you think you're getting a nice big piece and it just snaps. Well, come on, that's not cool. Okay, that was horrible. We finally got it, but it was slow going. The tops here and the tops of the fenders are the worst. The bumper actually came off decent, and the headlights also did. But now we're, just dealing with the weirdness here. We have the paint under here that's in pretty good condition versus that. But amazing wifey over here, that's awesome. The amazing wifey over here was polishing the glass and the paint and found an amazing combo and working her magic. So she did an amazing job doing, some portions around the vehicle. So now we're both going to get to polishing and get this thing looking amazing. You can see how the paint looks underneath the PPF. Not bad, right? A few little scratches here and there and some chips, especially in the front edges here. But the water spots here on the top of the hood are really bad. You can see the distinct line, see? That's where the PPF was. She was working with D300 and a microfiber cutting disc, and look, way better, right? You can still see a weird distinction here. Actually, I think over there just needs to be polished a little bit more. But you can see the distinction, and you still might see it. We'll see if we can try to blend that line a lot better and make it disappear. But it doesn't always do that. That's been on there for a while, and the paint will fade here while it doesn't here. So you still may see a little bit of a difference with color. Why are you making fun of me?
Here, not here.
Yes, that's how I here. Glass is horrible, so she's using the rayon pad with Clarity Cream from P&S, and that was actually doing a really good job. You can see over here. Yeah, that was clearing up. And you do the back glass, or a portion of it?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Okay, over there in the corner.
You're giving me trouble.
Yeah, versus over here. So we'll hit the glass and the trunk. Which area did you do? Over here?
Can you tell?
Oh, let me see. I need my handheld light. I can't see. Oh, yeah, we can. Here is where she did. That was before. That's after. Yeah. Awesome. All right, that's working really good. See, over here, before and after. Oh, nice. Okay, let's get to polishing. And what she's using for the compound is D300. Such an underrated product, guys. I know there's newer technology, newer compounds, newer polishes out there. This has been around for, 10 plus years. It's affordable. I'm not going to say cheap because it's, can be derogatory. It's affordable, but this stuff is so underrated. Paired with its microfiber disc, incredible stuff. Everybody loves the microfiber discs, but use this with it. You will see how this stuff performs. Thanks, Dad. So that's what she's using, and we'll probably polish it as well. There's a scratch there. So yeah, some scratches around here that we're tackling. And of course, paint enhancement, we're not shooting for perfection. It's got a lot of wear and tear. It's got some issues with the paint. So we're definitely clearing up all the water spots, clearing up the paint on the sides here, hitting some of those scratches. Overall, it's going to look awesome. I can actually see the color difference. It's insane. Wow. Now, let's look at the paint. You can see the difference. So it's a color difference too, see? This is richer and darker. And the non-PPF paint, yeah. I mean, you still have a little bit of the water spotting and imperfections there, but you can see the color difference also. It's not just the imperfections. Yeah, so nothing you can do. But owner knows about that. We, told them that might be the case. So when removing PPF film, old PPF film, yeah, that's just something that you're going to have to deal with. There's no way around it, unfortunately. So, but it is coming out good. So She's polishing now, I'm compounding this side. It's turning out pretty good. All right, guys, we are almost done. Man, this thing really beat us up. Our fingers are killing us. You see that? That was actually from curling underneath the PPF and rubbing, you know, like my knuckles against the paint to pull it up. Yeah, crazy, right? Jeez. Gloves wouldn't have helped. I wouldn't have been able to have tactile response and be able to like pick at stuff. So that's just what it is. Wifey is hitting all the trim. The paint is now... Oh, wait. Did we wipe down the paint?
I didn't, did you?
Oh, no. We didn't use any Dr. Beasley stuff, so I have to do a panel wipe before we apply our coatings. So we're going to be...
Yeah, I thought I saw you doing that.
No. Oh, it was the glass. I was hitting the glass. So Crystal Serum Light is the coating today. But before we do that, I'm going to panel wipe everything. Glass is done. It's not perfect because the water spots have really etched into the glass. You can see it more on the camera. That's crazy because to the naked eye, I can't see that. Yeah, so weird. And we hit that very heavy with the glass polish and the rayon pad and went multiple passes to try to get it out. Actually, the back turned out a lot better. The paint is looking way better. A lot of the water spotting, actually all the water spotting is gone. You're just left with little swirls here and there. The rest of it was polished out and yeah, it looks great. And with the hood here, again, you have the line. As you can see right there, the color change. This being exposed to the sun, that being under the PPF. So PPF does its job, but having it on there for too long is not good. It was purchased with the PPF on, but the customer wanted it removed. So it's all removed now. On to panel wiping and protection. The Audi is done. We just finished it. And just a few things that you may have noticed. Once again, you know, the PPF film here, you can really see the distinction in color. It's not necessarily imperfections that you're seeing the difference in, it's actually the color. So yeah, it's kind of weird. There were portions of this that were repainted back here in the bumper. Using the paint depth gauge, we could tell, you know, you could see there was a few things that were repainted. And actually, again, you can kind of see a little bit of a color difference there as well. So it's kind of hard to tell with this color on camera and with all of our lights here. So yeah, it's just, those are things to kind of just keep in mind and inform the customer about. You can see that that was definitely repainted, or this was repainted. One of them was repainted. You can see the color difference. Some of you are wondering why I didn't remove the plate. Because those are rusted, and I had to remove the front one to be able to remove the PPF film. And one of these is actually rusted tight onto the plate. And I didn't want to risk stripping them and ruining them. I had to remove it off the front, off the little toe hook there. But I wasn't going to risk it in the back because those need to be replaced properly, and I didn't want to strip the bolts and mess anything up because I don't have any bolts to replace it. Those should be carefully removed and replaced with you know, proper bolts that don't rust like that, or even a cover or something like that. So that's why I didn't remove that. It was risky. I don't want to do anything that's going to risk any type of damage for the vehicle, for the customer. So those are some of the things that you may say, hey, why didn't you remove this? Why didn't you remove that? Just to give you an update, just to let you know. I don't do things just for the sake of doing them or not doing them. There's usually a reason why we don't do things or do things. So keep in mind, you know, that type of thing when you're watching videos like this. And this is a 10-year-old car, almost 11-year-old car. It's a 2011. So yeah, it's got some wear and tear. It's not perfect. I'm not going to zoom in and show you all of the little imperfections on this car. I'm going to show you the overall effect, because that's something that we bring out to the customer. Sure, we're going to tell the customer, you know, you have some things here and there that need to be addressed. The overall effect here is it looks incredible. Super glossy, protected, it's polished. All the glass is coated as well. Not a ton of plastic on here, which is great. Just the inside windshield cowl, little plastic bits here. It's looking amazing. So guys, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below. As always, any of the links to the products or tools that we've used will be in the description down there. If there's something that you see that's not linked down there, just message me. I'll see if I can get it for you. There are some tools and products that I can't link to anything, because sometimes companies just send us their products or tools, and I don't have any way of linking it unless it's directly to their website, and sometimes it's not even there. So yeah, sometimes that happens. Most of the things that we use will be linked down below. As usual, if you're enjoying the videos, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next one. I was going to show you sun shots, but I don't know what tomorrow's weather is going to be. Maybe it'll be sunny. If it is, I'll get sun shots. If not, enjoy some of the afters. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.